This is the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
All right, pod people, we are one man down. Well, one woman down.
Yes, that woman went home, Nathan, because she had an emergency. What was happening there?
She pooed her pants.
It was so funny. We bought breakfast this morning, and every now and then we bought breakfast, and she went for that spicy option.
She did, and she dumped a burrito in her pants. Didn't she, Harry? Harry was disgusting. She did a stump.
You know when you know it's coming, you really got to tighten your butt cheeks. If you don't go tight enough, boom, it just takes 1 inch.
Yeah, that's right, everyone. You heard it here first. Natalie shut herself. No, it's either that or she had a dry delivered. I don't know, but she had to cut off early.
That reminds me, I'm gonna. So many years ago, when my brother was at school, my dad gets a phone call, and it was like an emergency, right? And he doesn't tell anyone what's going on. We think because it was a school dinner dance, and so Dad goes, "I've got to go pick up David from school." So off he goes, and he comes back, and we thought there's every chance my brother's been in a fight because that's what used to roll back in the day.
But he pooed himself.
And yeah, he's sharted.
How? Oh.
Yeah, just thought he'd sneak one out, and just it was too much. So he's had to come home, change the jocks and the pants, and then back into it.
I honestly thought sharting was a thing that only happened to hungover people because you don't really have control of what's going on in your body. I honestly thought that was it. My brother, this is the worst. My brother used to wear my clothes. Yeah. So I end up locking them in a suitcase because I would be working at the Surf Shack on a Thursday night, and then he would walk past the window and go, hey, and have his outfit on.
He'd be wearing gear.
He'll wear my jocks continuously, but the worst thing is he would skid mark them. What how do you know what I mean? Like, how am I ever supposed to wear them?
Harry, you've got brothers.
Yeah, well, I have shat myself when I was 10.
But his brothers had nothing to do with it.
It must have been like 6 or 7, playing backyard cricket at Nan's. And it was my turn to bat, but I really needed to poo, but I wasn't willing to give up my spot in line to bat.
So as the ball hit the bat, did you?
I just let a turn go.
I've got another funny one.
Probably got out.
I've got another funny one, right? So when I was working at the Surf Shack, a guy I worked with, Danny, he rang me one time and he said, Nathan, you got to come down here now. And I was at school, and I got the phone call at the office. Yeah. And then I said, why? He goes, you've got to come here now. So I was the only other person with the other keys. He goes, the door's locked, you're going to let us in. I said, why is the door locked? I said, the business is open. So I've rocked around there. Danny had a really big night out the night before on the Bourbon and Cokes at Flanagan's. And he's wearing tracksuit pants, some rusty tracksuit pants to work, of course. And anyway, he went to release some wind, and of course it followed through. But because of what he's eaten and the alcohol that was in his system, it didn't come out completely solid. So when he came to open up the front of the Surf Shack door, because I couldn't find my keys, he had a hand around each cuff of his tracksuit, and he was walking down the street, walking like a crab, because if he let go, it would have spilled out.
Could he just have taped his tracky pants off around the ankles?
He held on tight, and he couldn't let there be any leaks.
It's like when you piss in your wetsuit.
Oh, it's the best feeling.
Yeah.
It's the best feeling. Anyway, none of that's in this podcast.
But you got that. That's a little bit of exclusive.
But we are going to be speaking to Harry Garside, not about that at all, but about his boxing career.
Yeah, and also we're going to find out why you should not have a doggy door installed at your house.
Nathan, Nat and Sean. This is what I came for. Yeah. Puffs Nova 937. Keep on giving me all you got.
It's 6:04, Nathan and Sean. Morning, everybody. Happy Wednesday.
Just turns to me and goes, what have we got on today? It's like, you should know we craft this show. Craft this show.
Have we got someone on?
Whittle it.
Harry Garside.
Yes.
I knew there was someone I really wanted to speak to.
Not us today.
No.
I get it.
Very interesting.
You know when you go home to something? No, you don't.
I get it.
When I go home, it's like you've already spoken to the person.
Did you see what you just said then?
Yeah.
Do you know when you go home? Oh, no, you don't. Because we're single. Sorry.
You've really started on a...
I'm not saying that...
Is this a way you mean to continue today?
A negative. I don't think it's a negative.
It didn't sound like a positive.
It was going to start that way. It was going to start with
And then Sean remembered...
Then I realised that when I go home, I don't want to speak to someone. And I want to be by myself.
Can I tell you about the struggle that Natalie and I are having at the moment as single people? Okay. And we're having the same struggle, and it's happening within the same week. And we're going to just have to stand
Mine's
up.
happening
you know what?
today.
Yeah, it's happening today. And I've told her to do what you need to do. And she has said the same for me. And we're going to do what we need to do.
Let me have it.
You know what? We don't have Megans at home.
That's right.
Do you want one?
I mean,
Well,
today
I
I
need
need one.
I wouldn't mind borrowing yours on Friday.
Yeah, that's right. And I need her today.
So
what, you got
here's
a rent
what's happening.
inspection?
No, I wouldn't mind the cleaning, but also my dryer broke and I bought a new dryer the other
that's
day.
right. Yep.
And then so they say, oh, well, you'll get a text message the night before saying what time they're going to deliver. And so I'm home all day from about 10 onwards today. And the message came through at 8 o'clock last night. And there's no number you can call to change it. And the window is 7:35 to 10:35. And it's like, I'm here at 7:35. So I spoke to my neighbour, Tracy, who's a legend, and she doesn't leave till 8 o'clock. So if they come in that first half hour, I'm covered.
Yes.
And then I can get home probably for about 9:45. So if they come between 9:45 and 10:35, I'm covered. But in between...
You know when they're going to come.
Of course I know when they're going to come. And they're going to call beforehand. But that doesn't help me.
Yeah.
So Nathan's well, just if you get the call, just go home.
I said, no, just go. Because this is our life. We're single and we need to live our lives and look after our stuff.
Nathan's got an NBN guy coming.
NBN guys, same deal. Can't tell me when. 8 in the morning until midday. I'm here at 8.
He'll be there at 8:01.
I have no one that can go around and do anything for me. I've got nothing. And you know that the day that you can't be there at 8, that will come there at 8.
Yeah, exactly.
So I am going to be home on Friday for that.
Can you can't get Brian to not go directly to the shops at Carrot directly.
Look
he
at
could go
face.
out the front.
Sean, I was planning to ring Mum and Dad and say, hey, I'm going to buy you breakfast at General Republic, just around the corner from my place.
Yeah.
And I said, and you can just sit there, and then suddenly if the guy comes and they call me, then you're literally a minute away from my house.
That's right.
I didn't even pitch the idea because I just know what's going to happen. He will lose his mind because it's not in the general scheme of what normally happens.
It's not in the routine.
And he doesn't have
it is
several weeks.
Midday, though, which, because he doesn't do things after midday.
No, but
it is before midday.
For something like this, he needs 7 weeks to prepare himself mentally.
So he can't be at my house at 7:30 this morning?
No, it's impossible. It's impossible. So, yeah, his mind will blow. And if I ask him, the anger, go on with me. I'm not even going to put it on the table.
What we're saying is it's really tough.
It's really tough being single.
We should have got married. Nathan.
We should have.
And we should have stay-at-home husbands.
So much easier getting married.
Stay-at-home husbands. Anyway.
Oh, God, imagine a stay-at-home husband.
God.
Anyway, shall we?
Sean's he wants his wife to stay at my home. Stay at Nathan's home. Stay at Nathan's home live.
Nathan, Nat, and Sean podcast.
Smooth.
Just kind of act cool, you know?
Porkers.
Not cool.
Nathan, Nat and Sean can be awkward, but are definitely not porkward. Avoid porkwardness and serve up quality WA pork, Linley Valley pork from your local independent supermarket.
Here we go with a round of smooth porkers. All our successful listener has to do is identify who is telling the truth. But we've got an item. We're all going to tell you a story about how that item relates to our lives, but only one person is telling the truth.
Let's check in with Melinda this morning. G'day, Mel.
Hi, how you going?
Hi, Melinda. Can you sense the presence of bull dust?
Most times, yes.
Okay.
I've got 4 kids, so absolutely.
You've heard it all.
Yeah,
You're playing for $1,000 cash from Linley Valley Pork, so it's a bit on the line here. So listen in. We're about to tell you about today's item. Sean's going to go first.
Yeah, Melinda, what we've got on our hands today is a pair of boxing gloves. I've actually got the left-hand one on at the moment.
He's lying. He said gloves. He doesn't even know what they are. He doesn't even know what they are.
They're Everlast 12-ounce boxing gloves. In fact, I use these on the weekends. In particular, this Saturday, just gone, I used them at Springers. I got there at 7 o'clock, did a bit of a boxing circuit with him and Freo.
A lot of details.
And the interesting thing about these is, which you would find that just about every boxing gym around.
Yes.
Just, you got that smell in the boxing glove for the sweat on your hand.
Your nose knows.
Yeah. And you can really identify them.
Do you like sniffing your own?
Well, it's one of those things where you don't like the smell, but you can't help give it a sniff.
Oh, okay.
Are you with me?
You fart with the windows closed, don't you?
Sometimes.
Are you done?
It's so disgusting.
But Mel, these are clearly mine. 12-ounce men's, because they are labelled boxing gloves.
Clearly mine.
Sure as I'm riding this skateboard, Mel.
Right,
can I have my boxing gloves, please?
Show me how you put them on.
I'm going to get my shoes on. Mel, you're not going to think these are mine, honestly, but they are mine. Now, as you know, if you've been listening to this show for a while, my personal trainer used to be who? Danny Green. So these are the boxing gloves that I wore for the first time that I ever did a boxing spout with Danny at Warwick. at the green zone, and Danny allowed me to hit him. So because he let me
So
live.
that explains why there's no damage on
There's
them.
no damage at all. They couldn't be newer.
Yeah.
So these are the gloves that Danny had let me at the time, let me hit him, and then let me survive afterwards. I live because Danny Green allows it. These are what these gloves are.
How do you explain the smell?
What do you mean? The smell? There's not even sweat in there because literally I hit once. they couldn't smell newer, by the way, and these are displayed at my house on a shelf.
Okay.
All right, can I have my boxing gloves, please?
Yes, please, Natalie.
Okay, so, Melinda, these are my boxing gloves, obviously. I know that the tag does say men, but, I didn't want to wear pink boxing gloves. They stem from when...
And gender's just an idea these days.
Exactly, that's right. We're beyond that, Sean.
Oh, really?
So I was doing some personal training. These are my second pair of boxing gloves. The first pair...
Yeah, here we go.
Now she's got all of them.
My dog chewed up because he loves things that are leather and Velcro. He loves Velcro. So he chewed up the bit, that bit.
Her dog loves Velcro now.
Sure. Yeah, exactly.
First time I've heard about
So then I got
Uncle Barry.
these, but they're hardly used because I remember when I broke my hand. I haven't done boxing since I broke my hand.
But you break every bone in your body.
That is true, but 3 bones in my hand.
Melinda,
I've been able to box ever since.
What a crop.
A lot of bullshit there.
Melinda, you can ask a question if you like, Melinda. You have one, but you get one question.
Well, I don't really have any questions,
Okay.
but I'm thinking that the most viable would actually be Sean.
Well, of course it would be.
Oh, really? Well, that's a bit insulting, isn't it?
Of course it would be.
Yeah.
Wow.
Sean, were you telling the truth?
No, it wasn't. They are not.
Oh, suck you, Melinda. The most viable.
Okay, we move on. We move on to the next person, Linda from Cardup. Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Hi,
Great,
Linda.
Linda.
Now,
Well, Sean's out.
Yeah, but were you going to choose Sean, Linda?
I was going to choose Nathan.
Okay, so you think Nathan is telling the truth?
This is for $1,000.
And that Danny Green gave him these boxing gloves?
So you're locking in me, yes?
Yes.
Okay, why don't we speak to Marie from Thornley? Hi, Marie.
How are we?
Now, Linda has locked in me, right? So that means that you're left with Natalie. Who would you have chosen?
Well, I was going to go Nat anyway before you guys even decided boxing gloves.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Hey,
Nathan's too obvious now.
Because it's been Nathan the last 2 days. I see what you're saying. But maybe we've double bluffed you.
I
You know what I
don't
mean?
know. We're clever.
Maybe.
We're deceptive people. Hey, Linda.
Uh-huh.
It wasn't mine.
No, they are 100% my boxing gloves, Marie. You scored $1,000 cash thanks to Linley Valley Pork. Well done, Marie.
Thanks, guys.
Easy
money, Marie.
Of course they're mine.
Well done,
Natalie.
Punching on.
Nathan's too obvious now.
I haven't used them since I broke my hand, so, if anybody wants to buy them, hit me up. We're going to do it again tomorrow, everybody.
Yep.
More lies, more truth-telling.
More lies. On Nova.
It's the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Who's smarter? Let's go.
Who asks more questions than Nathan, Nat and Sean? Kids do. Feed their curiosity and find the answers together with science you can touch, hear and see at SciTech.
It's been a bit of a boil over this week. So far, it's adults to kids nil.
And I don't know
We're
why,
trying to
because
find
we
out
know
who's smarter.
we know the adults that listen to us are stupid.
Being smarter never felt so good, especially when you can win $1,000 plus a family pass to SciTech.
You just have to be smarter than our kid, our genius kid today. Our kid is Angus. Hello, Angus.
Hi.
Hi, Angus.
We're not going to tell everybody what your special subject is yet, but what year are you in at school?
6.
Year
Year
six. And you know a lot about this subject.
Yes, I reckon I do know pretty well.
Okay.
Angus, do you reckon you can beat an adult in a competition?
I don't know, but I'll give it a shot.
That's the spirit.
We love that, Angus. All right, you've heard Angus, and he is going to be a lot of work to be able to beat him.
Okay.
Who's going to win it? Will it be the kid, Angus, or our adult?
That's Alicia. Morning, Alicia.
Morning.
Hi, Alicia. You are pretty learned, are you?
I am a high school teacher.
Angus, I don't know.
Hey, Alicia, how would you feel about taking $1,000 away from Angus and a family pass to SciTech? Would you feel bad?
I feel a little bit sad, but also excited.
Angus isn't even at high school yet, Alicia. I'd just like to point
It
that
does
out.
make me nervous. I might lose.
I know. All right, so Angus, why don't you tell Alicia what your special subject is?
Well, believe it or not, it is dinosaurs.
Dinosaurs, Alicia.
Alicia, how do you feel about that now?
I play dinosaurs online, but that's about it.
Okay, all right. Well, here's what's going to happen. We've got 5 questions coming your way, okay? We'll ask the question. If you know the answer, buzz in with your name. If you get it right, you take the point. If you get it wrong, we're going to give your opponent a crack at it, okay? It is the best of 5. Let's test your buzzers. Angus?
Angus.
Lovely. Alicia?
Alicia.
It's all going to be about speed here, everybody.
Yes.
All right, here is our first dinosaurs question. How many horns did the Triceratops have?
Angus. Alicia.
Angus?
3.
Correct. Angus is on the board, everybody. He's on the board.
We've got a
All right.
battle.
Angus leads 1-0. Good job,
1-0.
Angus.
Technically,
Yes?
Yes.
newer studies actually say that it could have had 2 spikes on its cheek as well.
On the cheek as well.
You wouldn't read about
Let's
it.
give him another point.
Hey, where's your fact, Alicia?
All right,
Yeah, okay.
question 2.
Question 2, here it is. What species of dinosaur was blue from the recent Jurassic World films?
Angus?
Velociraptor.
A velociraptor
No.
is correct. Alicia, it does sound like that you got in first, but we're hearing each of your delays at the same time, and so Angus got in first. We promise.
It was technically, I'm sorry about being a smarty pants all the time, but once again I have another thing to add on.
Yes,
Add on,
please. Yes.
So, velociraptors were actually much smaller than they should be in the movie.
Oh, really?
So the velociraptor in Jurassic World is actually more closely resembles the Utah raptor or possibly the Deinonychus.
Well,
That
you know
is
what?
brilliant.
This is why we can't ever
Angus.
trust movies, Sean.
No, that's
because
right.
I was living my life thinking that was a velociraptor.
Exactly. I was...
check.
Yeah.
Angus leads 2-0.
Sally met Harry. That ended my...
Okay.
Harry met Sally Eden.
What is it?
Are you looking from Sally's perspective?
We
Yes.
digress. Question
one
number
word,
3. Stegosaurus was a plant eater, but it was no wimp. How did Stegosaurus protect itself from enemies? Angus?
Just...
Jeez.
It had a spiked tail,
Yeah.
Yes.
which it could use to either impale or one impale or
Yes.
2
Yes.
Yes.
whip its opponent
Yeah.
out of its way.
That's
Yes.
exactly what we'd written.
That
Wait, what?
Yeah, we did. We have
Exactly
one
what
and
we
two.
wrote. That's
One and
exactly
two.
what we
what's
wrote.
known as
I didn't
a
know how to
clean
spell impaled, though.
sweep. Angus has won.
Has he
3
really?
3 zip, just like that. Well, $1,000 cash plus a SciTech Family Pass is all yours, Angus. Well done.
Oh my God.
I know.
Thank you
So,
so
well
much.
done, Alicia.
Alicia, you were so close because,
Yeah.
he just buzzed in
okay.
slightly
You deserve
before
it.
you,
Yeah,
but you
yeah,
did a good
yeah.
job.
But Angus, while we've got you here,
Let's ask some more
we're
questions.
going to ask you some more questions because you are amazing. And you know what? If you feel like we need a fact, then you educate
Yes.
Perth, please. All right. What is the scientific word for fossilised dinosaur droppings? Do we know that?
That is, I remember this.
Yeah.
I actually have one, believe it or not.
Do you?
No, I don't believe it.
I have crystals, and one of them it's like a spiral sort of thing.
Yeah.
Sometimes
Starts with C.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah, I was about to say, yeah, it does start with C. I think it's that's gonna be a hard one.
Cop.
I'm gonna go with. I'm just gonna make some name up because I cannot remember.
No, it's okay.
I'm gonna say, Crocodile or something.
Well, it's nearly it. It's coprolite.
Coprolite.
Yeah, that's nearly it.
Coprolite.
That's nearly it.
That's it.
Yeah.
Okay, here's one for you. What is the name of the tallest dinosaur that ever lived?
Well, there's a lot of debate on this.
Okay, well,
So
take it to me.
Yeah.
I would say personally,
Yeah, personally.
there's a lot of different ones. There's the Mamentrosaurus. There's all these different ones. One of the there's Australopithecus, which is actually discovered in Australia.
Yep.
But personally, I'm going to have to go with Argentinosaurus because that's the most popular of.
And where was that found in? South
That was
America?
found in Wales, Argentina.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Blow me over with
Do
a
you know
feather.
how long the T-Rex's arms grew to?
They were short, but I don't know the exact measurement.
It's about 1 metre.
Yes.
There's a really great meme flying around. It's got a T-Rex trying to make a bed. And it can't quite reach over.
We used to have an old boss that had arms like that.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Angus.
Yes, Angus.
One common misconception about T-Rex
Yes,
is that they
please.
actually have 2 fingers, but they actually have an actually third finger on the side of their wrist that is extremely small.
Yeah, that's the one you pick your nose with.
So like a little thumb, if
Like
they
a
could
pinky.
reach.
Oh, a little thumb.
Well, they don't exactly know dinosaurs, I think, really have thumbs. I mean, I guess you could consider iguanodons a thumb, which it technically is. But then
Possibly.
again, they can't articulate their hands, so like in Jurassic Park, they couldn't really open a door.
Okay, good to know. Good to
Interesting.
know.
Open a
Yeah,
door.
because they're not opening doors and Jurassic Park. It's like, oh no, they
Yeah.
can open doors
No
now.
stealing a
You are
car.
a very worthy
God,
winner,
Angus.
Angus. Congratulations. You are our preeminent dinosaur expert. If we've ever
Angus.
got any dinosaur questions, can we call you, Angus?
I mean, if you want.
Please, Angus, can I tell you, you are the only kid this week to beat an adult.
So
well
far.
done.
Congratulations, Angus.
Thank you.
Very proud of you,
Well
son.
done. And he knows more
Yeah,
than
he knows all
any
of
of
it.
us.
He knows all of it.
Great work, Angus.
Nathan, Nat, and Sean podcast.
Natalie has had to duck off because she's got a dryer being delivered to her house. No, this is the life of single people. We need to make.
It's really weird. Not really weird. Everybody's across this when you buy something and they say they're going to deliver it and they give you like a 5-hour window.
It's ridiculous.
Mate, come on.
Well, the world doesn't live like that anymore. But we've got something to talk about that's very, very important.
Today is gonna be the day that
That's
they're
right,
gonna
everybody.
throw it back to you.
Come on, David. Is that Boss David? Sing it.
Realize what you gotta do.
Come on.
No.
I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do about you now. The website crashed. The Oasis website crashed with the world news that Oasis have put their dramas aside. Bullshit. And they're going to do the concert. So this is huge. This is huge. Now remember, our boss David is in here for a reason, but we're going to just do a little bit of a history on Oasis. So they were doing a festival in 2009, and then it all went pear-shaped. This is Noel talking a couple of years later about what went down in the dressing room with Liam and why he was Splitsville.
He went to his own dressing room and he came back with a guitar and started wielding it like an axe. And I make light of it because it's kind of, it's kind of what I do. But it was just a real unnecessary, violent act.
Okay, that was 13 years ago. Him talking about the experience 2 years after it happened. 6 years ago, Noel went on a podcast and was asked about his brother, and then the podcast guy said, your brother is going to be on here a little bit later. And
You got something to say to him?
Yeah, I had some messages.
He can lick my balls. I don't give a
Said
what he
to
does.
him 6 years ago.
It's still relevant today. Yeah, you know when they say money was worth this much then and now it's not? No, that's still...
But no, apparently this is going ahead. David McClung,
Hello.
what did you do yesterday?
I booked accommodation for London. What? Straight away. I did it within about 3 minutes.
It's going to be so huge, David.
Yeah.
David,
massive.
it's so not going to happen.
It's going to happen. No, it's going to happen.
How do you know? Okay, so this is the reason why it's even being entertained. Liam went through a divorce, cost him a lot of money, and now they need money. So then Noel and that apparently agreed that, they're going to do this concert.
I think it's £50 million.
That's
50 million each.
And then also, remember, because there's no... it's not going to be televised, so they'll, of course, do a Taylor Swift.
Yes.
They'll put a documentary crew
Yes,
in
they
there.
will.
Then that's probably another 50 million.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a huge
easy.
amount of money.
Yeah.
So why this?
I don't know. So I was a massive Oasis fan, which I ran an Oasis fan site.
You didn't tell us this before.
Yeah.
Did you?
So I ran an Oasis fan site. But yeah, I
What
was
do you
obsessed
mean
with
you
them.
run
Okay,
an
can you
Oasis fan
just,
site?
okay, you chucked it up there,
Yes. So
and then what? People
so people
you?
joined it, and it became pretty big in the 90s.
What do you mean? How
many?
big?
What do you
There's
mean?
probably a few hundred at least. I
Oh,
can't
that's
remember.
huge in the
Were you
90s.
replying back to people's statements and questions? And, no.
Yeah, it was kind of, you'd put Oasis news up there.
Yes.
I'd do opinion pieces.
Like on what?
Oh, just
Like
on
on a
the
song,
new
or-
albums and stuff like that. And you
People
know,
were up again. People loved it. You were their go-to site for Oasis news.
Yeah, I genuinely got my first job from that fan site because...
On radio, really?
No. It was my first job was as a web developer.
Yeah.
And that's how I got that.
No way.
Yeah.
Did you have Oasis-themed recipes and things on your website?
What would be a recipe themed?
Wonder balls. Some rissoles, maybe?
On the spot, that was really good.
Hey, could I just say that this is starting a lot of fights, right? All the Oasis fans are getting upset, and this is some of their comments. I'm wincing at all the under-25s jumping on the Oasis bandwagon. If you didn't live through this the first time, you've got to sit this one out for the dads and the ageing indie kids. Sorry, I don't make the rules. Another one. If Oasis get back together, I hope the tickets are bought by people who want to be there and they love the music, not, 21-year-old Chloe from Stockport who wants to hear Wonderwall live. Do you feel that way?
I highly doubt there's people under 25 buying tickets to it, but...
Well, it's a moment in time. People
That
just
would
get swept
infuriate
up
me.
and being a part of it.
Yeah, I'll be so annoyed if I can't get tickets.
So, David, quickly, so Oasis, is there anyone else in the world that you would drop everything to go and see?
Lining me up for this. Celine Dion.
Everyone, yes, he's gay.
So if we wanted to have you exit the building for a couple of weeks, we'd buy you Celine Dion tickets to Las Vegas and stuff. Is she back performing?
How
in
were
Vegas?
you
No?
with her at the opening ceremony?
That's the only bit of the Olympics
And
I
how,
watched.
and what were you feeling?
I was quite emotional.
Very good.
Oh, anyway, that
Oasis
is
and
the
Celine.
guy that runs this joint. Him.
This is the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Natalie is away, but we're going to hear from her in a very short time. We want to talk about something that a lot of homes have, which I've always thought is a bad idea, and this is why. In Queensland, it's the dog door, a little doggy door. A thief squeezed their way into this homeowner's house and then basically took off with some beloved family jewellery.
Okay.
The camera there showed the guy outside, and there was the assailant, which it seemed to be a female,
right?
All dressed in black, face masks, covered, squeezing through the doggy door, and just to have that footage, knowing that that's how they got in there. This is what I always thought about doggy doors. It's like, that's the way in.
Yeah, I've stayed at people's houses and had doggy doors, and when you're a kid, you think this is you're scared of the outside, particularly at night.
Yes,
and you think
that's the way the monsters
Of course,
get in.
they're going to get in.
That's the way
Yes,
the
exactly.
monsters get in. 100%. This is Rosemary, the homeowner.
I was astounded to think that someone could fit through a doggy door.
As we all were, Rosemary.
We had Alexi here from Cirque du Soleil the other day,
Yes.
and he could easily do that, obviously. And then we also had Alex Winwood, the boxer, who's fighting next weekend. He could easily get through a doggy
So
door.
this is my point. So you can suddenly be sitting in your lounge room, the next minute there's a professional boxer on your ottoman. Or you're in bed later on at night, and then suddenly there's a contortionist standing over top of you.
Some people say that'd be a win.
It's bloody dangerous. Let's cross right now to Natalie Locke, who is driving home to pick up to get her dry delivered. Hello, Natalie.
Hello, I'm coming at you live from Stirling Highway.
How's the traffic?
Where it's all accidents. I mean, it's more red lights than I'm used to, because obviously normally I'm driving down here early in the morning, so I'm a bit upset about that.
Yeah. Of course.
But I do want to tell you a story about a doggy door. A first-time caller, long-time listener.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for having you on.
What's the prize? I used to live next door in South Fremantle, so there was my house and then two properties backed onto it that sort of faced the street around the corner.
Yeah.
In one of those houses, there was a family with three little girls, adorable little blonde girls. And in the house next to them, it was a young couple. And the young couple one day woke up like on a Saturday morning, and they opened their eyes, and standing next to them was the youngest child from the family next door, who was probably about 3 at the time, a little girl called Katrina, who had crawled in through their doggy door, gone into their bedroom, and then just stood by their bedside and stared at them.
Watch them sleep. That's, how
frightened would you be?
Mate, wake up, there's a random child watching you sleep. Straight away, my eyes would go down to see if she's holding a knife.
For sure.
Because you know what I'm frightened of.
I think there's anything more terrifying than a child in that scenario.
You know what I think? Killer children, Sean.
Yeah, killer children.
Killer children.
They're everywhere, by the way.
Thank you so much, Natalie. That was a great call.
On the spot reporting.
Call again. Call again.
I think you're amazing.
Yeah, cut her off. Thank you. She goes on about that girl. Let's go to Lisa in Byford. Hi, Lisa.
Hey, how you going?
Good, Lisa.
All right, doggy door dramas, Lisa. What drama
Okay.
can a doggy door create?
Lots. So 2 years ago on Christmas Eve, we had some lovely visitors who didn't obviously knock at the front door. They come through the doggy door.
Yeah.
And the police come out. They took all our Christmas presents for the grandchildren and everything. Yeah, we lost it. And the police were like, there's no way anybody could have fit through that doggy door because they're just Maltese cross shit. At the time, my then 18-year-old daughter said, oh, yeah, it's definitely you can get in.
Yeah.
And I've looked at her like, oh, how do you know?
Yeah.
And she's like, that's the way I used to come in and out. Like, every time you said I couldn't go out. So in the main door, she was leaving home and coming back in from the doggy door.
So she knew as a fact because that's how she snuck out. Isn't that crazy? Christmas is all about Santa coming down the chimney to bring you presents, not as thief crawling through the doggy door to take them out. That's insane.
A doggy door.
Yeah, exactly. What's her name again?
Yeah, that was Rosemary. Yeah. Goodbye to Lisa. That was Lisa.
See you, Lisa. Let's go to Rachel and Les Murdy. Rach, you got a story about doggy doors.
Yeah, it was actually my dog that was the problem.
What happened?
Got too big.
Got too big?
Yeah. So basically we bought a new house and we moved in, and I always thought the doggy door was an odd place on the panel of the bottom of a glass panel of a window.
Yeah.
And I said, I'll change it one day. Anyway, I put the clip on it to keep the dog and the cat from using it.
Yep.
And one day I was out in the bedroom and I could hear crying, and I was like, what the hell? So I ran through, and there's my blue heeler dog stuck in it, and he's crying and he can't go forward and he can't go back. And I'm like, oh my God, you're totally stuck. Your chest is too deep.
So he got his head and his legs through, the front two legs in it.
And then he's stuck on his chest because it's too deep.
Yeah.
He's a Celtic cross blue heeler.
Yeah.
So I've got the olive oil and I'm rubbing it on his chest, and he's moving forward, he's moving back. And the next thing, he's just moved too much, and the whole of the panel just smashed.
Oh, no.
So he ran away with the plastic part of the doggy door on him still, and I'm like, standing there going, oh, my God, the whole thing smashed. So thank God it didn't hurt him, but I had to pay for a glacier to come out and change the whole panel. And then he said to me, do you want the doggy door back? Because it wasn't toughened glass. I said, no way.
Yeah,
so they put that doggy door originally in non-toughened glass.
Correct.
Oh,
the old
as a previous owner.
God, that's dodgy. All right, thanks, Rachel. That was
Rach.
great. Let's finish off with Catherine in Swanview. Hi, Catherine.
Hi. So my sister got a brand new double security door with a medium dog door fitted in it.
Yeah.
And my 23-year-old niece said to me, aren't these what you make? And I said, yeah, I make those. She said, I bet I can get through that. I said, I know you can get through that. So she and a mate decided to wiggle through this dog door.
Yeah.
And as my niece slid backwards through the door, she hit the outdoor coffee table and broke 2 ribs.
Oh! So she slid backwards through the door. So ass first.
Yep. And when she sat up, she slid back to pull her legs through.
Yeah.
And she hit the table with force and broke 2 ribs.
Now, can I just go back to when you said you make doggy doors?
So I make security doors and I fit doggy doors into them.
Oh, wow.
How many people are getting doggy doors installed these days? Because we had a chat before the show and Amy reckons they're on their way out, doggy doors, our producer.
No, I don't think so.
but we do warn people that they're not security doors once you stick them in because people get through them.
Okay, you've got to lock the flap.
People get, but even
lock the flap, everyone.
But is locking that flap, is that really even secure? Because it's just a little flap lock, isn't it?
They're magnetic, so you've got plastic tabs that hold it closed.
That's sure that a plastic tab with a magnet isn't going to stop that thief.
Yeah, exactly.
So
or anyone else.
The idea is obviously to close your front door or your wooden door or your glass sliding door. And then obviously they can't come through.
Yeah.
But if you leave your door open and just have the security door, there is a possibility.
That's a story for life, I reckon.
Tiny thieves, up to tiny bad things.
This is the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
All new Suzuki Swift Hybrid is here. Australia's best value hybrid. Win $20,000. A brand new Suzuki Swift Hybrid.
And a star. Hey, what's up? This is Trace Sivan. See me live. Your chance to win only with Nova.
You heard the voiceover lady. $20,000 cash tax free. A 2024 Suzuki Swift Hybrid and a trip for two to New York City to see Troye Sivan perform at Madison Square Garden.
Let's see if Christina wants to get her hands on it. Good morning, Christina.
Good morning. How are you?
Excellent,
lady.
thanks.
Christina, we're doing a bit of a stock take on people's winnings over their lives to see if they're going to have any chance of winning this. What have you won?
Absolutely nothing.
Zero.
Nothing.
Ever.
No trophies, no...
Ever. I think I might have won a $2 scratchy once if I was really lucky. And I think it's because my husband bought it and he's the lucky one.
Can I say the thrill of a $2 scratchy went when you're about a teen? You know what I mean? The $2-ness of it all. Was like, when you're younger, it's like, oh my God, where am I going to invest this money in?
Can of Coke is the answer.
Not anymore, Sean. All right, good luck, Christina. Let's go to Paula in Osborne Park. Hi, Paula.
Hey, guys. How you going?
Hey, good,
mate.
Paula.
Paula, what have you won in your lifetime?
I won some hideous record from Gary Shannon when I was a little girl. Disappointing.
What was the band? Do you remember?
Oh, look, I can't remember. I just remember being so disappointed that it was a shocker and I got through. But I had one Justin Timberlake ticket.
Oh, that makes up for the shocker.
And?
No, that was fun.
Yeah.
And I won a Flash VIP for two tickets to Carole King at Lewin Estate. That
Carole
was
King.
wild.
I'm sure that wasn't through us.
My dad would love
Carole King.
He would love to go and see Carole King.
Yeah. I
all
took Mum. There was no stopping her.
Can I tell you, Chloe, I too won an album off of the radio, a record, and I won the King of the West, the Slim Dusty album on 6kg in Kalgoorlie. So I know the thrill. I know the thrill.
Thanks, Paula.
Yeah. All right, Sean, we're going to finish off
with Chloe from Belden. G'day, Chloe.
Hi, Chloe.
Hi.
Hey, Chloe.
We're just checking how many winnings you've had in the past, Chloe, or if you're a lucky person.
I'm not a lucky person, no, unfortunately.
No?
Hopefully this is my time. Oh, maybe a jelly bean jar when I was in pre-primary, but that's about it.
Oh, it's hard to pick the jelly beans.
I think she's about set. I think she's due for a win, Sean.
She is, but Harry just put a what do you call it?
Entry.
Don't! You
sorry.
Harry, no. When Sean runs out of words at the end of the show, we don't fill in the blanks. We let him die.
I was dying.
God, that would have been an hour. I'm sure trying to come up with a word.
I want to go home, Nathan.
Never been diagnosed with concussion. There you go. You put it through the shredder straight away, Harry.
Well, it's wasting space in there, isn't it?
Hey, sorry. We've got an intercom here. Our producer Amy says that we're going to take one more call.
Right. Okay. One more call.
What suburb is this call from, Sean?
This person's coming in from East Fremantle. Hello, caller.
Oh, hello.
Oh, hello. Who's this?
This is, my name's Nat.
Oh, Natalie.
And I'm from East Fremantle.
Hi, Natalie. So, Natalie, of course, Cash Car and a Star, very exciting. Is this the first time you've heard of it?
No, I'm well aware of it.
Okay.
Have you ever won anything in the past,
Yeah,
Natalie?
what have you won in your life?
Oh, thanks for asking, Sean. Yeah, I once won a raffle that I bought a ticket to with my own money.
Yeah.
And then my co-worker gave away the prize.
Oh, your co-worker sounds very good looking.
That's the one thing you go towards.
I won a raffle at the netball, and Nathan gave my prize away.
What was it, Natalie?
It was like a 3-part thing. There were tickets to something, which I think might have been a football game, and there was a stereo system, and then there was some like $100 or something in a bank account, and Nathan gave it all away.
As you know, Sean, I think of the children.
Because they're our future.
Because no one ever thinks of the children.
No, that's so true.
You don't think of the children when it's your stuff.
No, the children can stay away from my stuff. When other people's stuff's in play, I think of the children.
Can we put her in the drawer?
How are you going to put her in the drawer? Harry's just credit your entry.
Hey, do you want a dryer update?
Yes, please. Yes, what's happening with the dryer?
So the dryer, as you know, I had to duck home because my dryer was being delivered, and they ring and say we'll be there in 30 minutes.
It should be installed by now.
Right. So it arrived 5 minutes before I got home, and my neighbour was just leaving, so she let them in, and so in the end, I didn't need to be here.
Nat, I heard you on the phone to the guy, and he was like saying 35 to 40 minutes, and you were gone, so you would have easily got home inside of that time.
Yes. No, they got here earlier than that.
Can I just say something to all delivery people, right?
Yeah.
And to businesses. There is technology. We have it with Uber. There is technology that lets you track your deliveries.
Yeah.
You've got. Why can't we have? Why is that not standard? Why do we have to put half a day away to sit there in hope that somebody's going to come and see us?
But also, if you say you're going to be there in half an hour, don't be there in 20 minutes.
Correct.
There has to be a better way we can do this, everyone. There has to be a better way. All right, Natalie, have a great day having an early day at home.
Thanks. See you tomorrow.
See you,
no worries.
This is the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Natalie is at home. Her dryer has been delivered. Everything is okay with the world.
It certainly is okay with the world, and so was yesterday. After absolute scenes in Hawthorn yesterday, this was the talk of the town yesterday. Memes going everywhere. Michael Voss, Carlton coach, who made a citizen's arrest after a couple of young guys stole a BMW and smashed it into a tree outside the cafe he was getting a coffee from.
Turned onto its side.
Yeah, they
as well.
climbed out, Nate, because the car was up on its side, obviously. They made a run for it.
Yep. So you saw Vossi, and he's walking towards the action, towards the car, and then he was just caught on camera, and then suddenly he saw what was going on, saw the two people piss bolt, so he turned around and took after them, which I think it would play very heavily on the mind of all the other coaches. It would, because you know what? It's like talk the talk, walk the walk.
100%.
And that's what he did. So now they will be avoiding dangerous situations like the plague.
They cannot live up to that.
They will have, they'll have to be diving in front of bullets and saving babies from trains.
Yeah, exactly. Imagine all the other... Yeah, I was thinking about that. The leadership he just showed there, you can now come up with that. You know when he played?
Yes.
That's exactly him.
Yeah.
That's exactly him, not putting on it at all. He was a machine.
Yep.
Best leader in the AFL during the probably early 2000s.
Yep.
And that's the stuff we used to. Fossey, just on the rescue.
You wouldn't want to do... If you're a coach right now, don't go outside.
No.
Don't go outside, because if there is danger and you're near it and you don't stop it, you are piss weak.
You are.
The cafe owner was very excited for Vossi's help, though.
They sprinted up the street. Michael Voss started chasing them, and so I chased after them as well. Vossi's very fit, very quick. I think he's got a very quick sort of 20-30 metre dash. We had to scale a couple of fences and jump over some bins, and it was pretty hectic. Once he had Vossi's hands on him, he was not going anywhere.
No,
there you go.
No, you can't get away from the great man.
The cafe owner said as well that Vossi will not be paying for a coffee at his place for the very near future, which is fantastic.
God bless him.
Yeah,
well done, Michael Voss.
There you go. But other coaches, don't go outside. Hey, we are done for the day.
We are.
I just want to talk about what's happening on Friday's show. Hi, Ross.
Hey.
Hey, Ross.
Hey.
Catherine Burnell Pegg. Remember her?
What?
Catherine Burnell Pegg.
All right. Just remind me, of
we
course.
We spoke to her recently.
Catherine Burnell Pegg.
Something to do with the sky?
He's just Googling.
Catherine Burnell. Oh, yeah. She's the astronaut and director of space technology with the Australian Space Agency, right?
That's right. She's our Australian astronaut. She's going to be in the studio with us live.
That's pretty cool. You can
Friday.
ask her about the Stuck's...
of course we will.
Space people.
Oh, yeah, we will. Don't you worry about that. And why that woman that's stuck in space didn't take a scrunchie.
She didn't.
Every time they cross to her, hair's everywhere. It's like, and none of the men there, she goes to the men, do you have a lackey? They don't have a lackey. Poor woman.
No.
And also Merrick Watts.
Oh, yeah.
Merrick,
he's going to be in the studio.
Just on Space Woman, I saw somebody post that if 6 billion of us put on ape suits, it'll be the best prank ever for when they come back.
That is actually so funny.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Ross has started his show with the funniest part.
And it's all downhill from here.
Nathan, Nat and Sean is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au. Nova.